Now let's go to the tab 2, and here we need another cross tab which basically drills down into the regions, and then we need another chart which again drills down to the customers. So let's bring a cross tab here, and for this cross tab what we will do is we need to create another data source, because we have already used data source 1 for the other tabs. And if you need different objects in your query, then you need to get another data source. You can also copy and paste it, but we're going to create a new one. All right, this is the one we need. So let's bring it out. So this is going to be called as DS2. In this DS2, what we need is we need the regions. So we need the region, and the measures we need only net revenue, right? Okay, wonderful. So this is the regions. These are all the regions available, and we need net revenue. Wonderful. Let's say okay, and then associate this with this cross tab by going to data binding, and then associate with DS2. Okay, and then we're gonna go here to column bits and do the exact same thing we did last time. I'm going a little bit faster just to save some time, but this is exactly what we did last time. Nice, very nice. Now we need a chart. So let's bring the chart down here, and this chart talks about the customer names when you select a specific region. Okay, so in this we need another data source. So I'm gonna go and get another data source for me. So naturally you can build data sources from any cube. As you can see, I'm using the same source because that's what I need, but obviously you can use any data source. So in this we need the name of the customer. So this is name here. Okay, so these are the names of the customer. All right, and then we obviously need the measure revenue. Wonderful. Let's go and associate data source number 3 to this chart right here. So you have a lot of customers here. Okay, now we need to build that logic where when I select a specific country key, this selection is filtering the values in this cross tab. So to do that, you can go back to tab 1, click on the cross tab, and then basically when we are doing an event, the event is I'm clicking on a specific column. So that's the event. So we have to record that event. So if you go to events, and then you have a section called on select. So you can click on that on select, and when you do that, you will see that a editor will be open for you. This is called the script editor, and this is where we write all the scripts. So in this script we're going to write exactly how the behavior should be. First thing is we have to take the value from here and pass it to the next tab as a filter, right? So to do that, we will say that ds control space is an auto help, ds2. So when I click on this country key, do this. So ds2 dot, then you can call a function called set filter. These are all the different functions you can call. I'm going to call set filter, and then I'm going to say filter on the specific dimension. Which dimension of that cross tab? So we want to filter the land 1 key. So we want to filter the country key, and then the value is basically, where am I getting this value from? We are getting this value from the first cross tab. So we control space it. This is a help for you, so you don't have to type everything. And then to get the values from the cross tab 1, we need to use a function called get selected member. So you select the member, and then in the dimension you pass which column are you going to choose. So again, that's going to be land 1. Okay, so you give a semicolon, and then you're good to go. Now we need to tell the behavior that okay, also go from tab 1 to tab 2. So to do that, we need to write another small script called tab strip dot set selected. This is another function, tab index of 1. So basically, in plain language, we are saying that go to index of 1, which is tab 2, if this event happens. Wonderful. All right, so we have programmed our first control logic, and also we have done a lot of things. So let's go ahead and save this and run this. So I'm going to save it real quick, and you can execute this locally here by clicking on the green sign. You can also execute on the BI platform if you have installed Design Studio on the BI platform. This is installed locally. So let's click on that. So you see we have the tab 1 and tab 2 here. But I'm trying to click, it's not happening. So we have an issue. Let's go back. So the issue is, if you come back to the controls here, there is a property which you need to enable. So the property is right about here, which is enable selection. It's set to false by default. You need to set it to true. All right, let's try this one more time. Now if you see, I'm able to select a specific column. Let's say I want to select US. So I simply click on US. It goes to tab 2, and if you see, the regions are all filtered to US. But if you see here, all of these are from all the regions in US. Now let's say that I want to see only the one I'm selecting. For example, if I select on Massachusetts, I only want to see the revenue from Massachusetts. So let's see how to do that. It's very similar from what we have done before. So basically, we're going to go to this cross tab, and then we're going to program the on select event. So we're going to say that, so the data source 3, right? That's the data source which we have there. So we're going to say ds control space 3 dot set filter, and then the dimension, you need to pass the dimension. We're going to say control space, and this time it's going to be the region, right? So we go down and find region. All right, and the value is going to come from the cross tab 2. So we go to cross tab 2, we say dot, and then it said get selected member. That is a function we need to call. So get selected member, and then the dimension is going to be region. Okay, looks good. So let's give a hyphen and say okay, and then let's execute again. Okay, so US, and then now if I only want to see the customers, let's say in Pennsylvania, I click on Pennsylvania, and you see that now it's filtering to Pennsylvania alone. If I hit New Jersey, it's gonna only filter to New Jersey. If I hit Illinois, it's only gonna show me Illinois. That's how you build an application in Design Studio.